Hello, and a good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening to you, the good and wonderful people of the tube. Hope today everything grand and also yours. Hello. You haven't read the title wrong, no. Today we are going to go and play on one of Rory Gallagher's amps. So let me tell you the story of how this has come to be, because this is mind-blowing. So, the guy who fixes my amps now, Rowan, over in Newark, he contacted me about 2 weeks ago, something like that, saying, "Oh, one of the guys who brings him amps to repair recently bought one of Rory Gallagher's amps from a Bonhams auction, and I know you're a big Rory Gallagher fan. Would you like to come over, see it, and have a go on it?" So immediately I was like, "Yes." Blew my mind. I said, "Is it all right?" And I said, "Is it all right if I film?" And I got contact. He said, "I'll contact the owner and see what he says." So I'll tell you what the amp is in a minute. Anyway, so waiting, and then this morning at about quarter to nine, about quarter to nine, half eight, quarter to nine, I got a text message from Rowan saying the owner has been back in touch, saying it's okay for you to film a video with the amp, but he's coming to collect it today. Can you get over to Newark as soon as possible? So we're in a bit of a rush. So I've got to get over there, set up, and have a bit of a play on this thing. And then it's getting collected today and going to its new home. But yeah, so I'm a bit blown away. But this is the amp in question is Rory's Stramp amp. Now, Stramp was a German company, and Rory used this amp. He used it on a TV thingy. Actually, you can see. I'll put some silent footage in here, obviously due to copyright. But you can see it, the thing behind him, and there's also some pictures and information about. But he used this amp quite a bit. He liked it, I think, and always boosting it with a treble booster. And I have a treble booster today with me, so I'll be taking that, getting it mic'd up, and doing what I can with it. So yeah, that's the amp we're going to go and play. Actually, Rory actually played through it. This was one of Rory Gallagher's amps. My mind can't hack this, people of the tube, but it's going to have to try. Anyway, as soon as it's a special occasion, I'm taking the 62 Strat. Obviously, Rory's was a 61, but it's as close as I can get. So I've got a treble booster with me as well, because again, Rory didn't run any amp without a treble booster or a booster of some description. Later on, it was the Boss line driver and other pedals as well. There was also I can't remember what the other one was called. Hawk booster, I think it was, something like that, and there was some others as well. So I've got a treble booster. Anyway, it's absolutely horrific. The weather's atrocious outside. So yet another day of driving in crummy weather. But anyway, should we go and play on one of Rory Gallagher's amps? I think we shall. Let's go. Okay, people tube. It's a bit dark, I know. I do apologise about the angle. But we're nearly there. And I'm feeling a bit weird about this now. Like, the entire kind of drive... It's about an hour and a bit drive to get to where we're going, and we're basically there. Feeling a bit nervous. It's the same thing I got when I was travelling to Matt's in Paris the first time to play John Shanty's guitar, and the second time actually. Anyway, here we go. Okay, here it is. That's Rowan, by the way. And
hello.
That's Dave.
Hi.
So this is Rory Gallagher's Stramp amp. Looking a little bit its age now. This is a cab, that's the actual amplifier itself. So, you can see the dials. So we're going to plug it in, I got a treble booster. Let's go on the back. It's a weird looking thing. The fabric is really strange, isn't it? I can't remember what it reminds me of.
I'm pretty sure my grandpa had that on a chair.
It is. It's like gentleman's club, smoking area.
Yeah, it's an odd one.
Very cool though. So Rowan's just told me that these two speakers in this one are original, but these two here have been nicked out of a Vox AC30, which again figures, doesn't it, considering Rory's favourite amp was a Vox. So yeah.
So we've got silver alnico on one side and a blue alnico on the other. The blue alnico we had to do a bit of repairs to because it was the contacts were intermittent on it, but we managed to get it going. So
awesome.
Pretty good.
Cool. Right, just setting up to play through it now. On that. Okay, so I'm just gonna. This is room mic right now. The SM57 is not on. I'm just gonna turn it up a bit and see where we go. So. Just gonna peek the camera. Let's turn that down. Guessing around there. Treble booster is in. Let's see what it does with a treble booster. Sorry, okay.
Yeah, cool. Shall I say that again?
Yeah,
so the customers asked that this be left as original as possible. So we've still got the original filter caps in there.
Okay.
So when you're pushing the power stage hard, you can get to the point where if the filter caps aren't up to the job anymore, some of the power supply starts to modulate onto the signal.
Ah, okay.
So what you were hearing there, when you're really pushing it there, I would say is probably, it's like a ring modi type effect.
Yeah.
Modulating it with 50 hertz or 100 hertz, actually, accurately. So that's probably what you're hearing there, and it's why we're getting a bit more hum than we were before. But yeah, it's the price of leaving it.
Yeah.
Rory-esque.
Yeah,
original.
As Rory had it. Yeah. Let's go back. That's getting there, isn't it? Yeah. That's so you start getting that master up, it really starts to YouTube, so there you go. I've had to sit and process what happened today because it's just a tad surreal. Anyway, I did think there was footage of Rory playing the red stramp, but there actually isn't. It's just a black one. I'm pretty sure there's footage of him playing Laundromat, and it's 2 black stramp amps. I'm pretty sure the cab in that video, the bottom cab, is the one that you saw today. But I swear I've seen a picture or a video of him playing through that red one. I don't know, maybe I'm going insane. I don't know. But either way, I don't care. It was Rory's amp, and I played through it, and it sounded fantastic. I obviously couldn't play through it for hours and hours and hours because, you know, you don't want to take liberties. Plus, I was in Rowan and Dave's workshop. They're trying to work. They don't want me blasting out a really loud guitar for hours and hours and hours, you know. So obviously there isn't, you know, there's a bit, but there's not a great deal of footage, but there's enough, if you know what I mean. And I got some more footage on my phone that's on my Facebook and Instagram. We're playing some Rory riffs because I can get away with that on Facebook and Instagram, not on YouTube. I'm deaf. That amp was loud. I think their build is a 50 watt amp. And I didn't realise, but it's actually a solid state. Here's some pictures of the inside. But yeah, it's actually a solid state amplifier. I didn't realise it was solid state at all. I just assumed it was a valve amp. But it isn't. It's a solid state. And it's a PCB board, which again is really, really weird. But the story goes that Rory wanted it. He came across them while in Germany, and he actually commissioned that red one to be made for him as an amp he could just throw in the boot of a car. That's, you know, it does the same job as his AC30, but he's smaller, but it still has the poke. You know what I mean? So that's apparently the story behind that, and I can see why. Also, I can see why Rory liked the amp so much. It's so much like an AC30, especially when you kick a treble booster into it. You know, it really, really goes. But my God, the volume of that thing was absolutely atrocious. Also, in the video footage, you saw me switch from the speakers that were in the red cab, the amp, to the speaker cab, which had Vox AC30 Celestian speakers in it. And you can hear the difference. You know, in my opinion, the Vox speakers, the speakers in the black cab, sound more like Rory's tone to the stock ones. Not the stock ones, but the ones that are in the red one. You know, in my ear, you know, for what that's worth at this point in time, I thought the black cab had more of that kind of high end Rory thing than the actual red amp itself. But it was an amazing experience. My playing was utterly terrible because I was really nervous and I was like really flustered and didn't know what to play. So it's a bit erratic on the playing front, so I do apologise for that. It was just a little bit kind of like overwhelming, you know, to be playing through Rory's amp. You know, that's his amp. It's not like something that he played through occasionally. That's something he actually used a lot by the looks of it. You know, this thing was, you know, as you can see, these things were battered and beaten, so they were used heavily. And Yeah, it was mind-blowing, absolutely mind-blowing. Again, I've got to say, massive thanks to Rowan for sorting it out and allowing me into his workshop to make lots of loud noise for about an hour and getting this footage as well. And also, massive thanks to the owner as well, who I'm going to give a shout-out to because thank you is the word. I don't actually know the guy's name, but he's asked me if I can give a shout out to his music, and happily. So in the description box below, people with you, there's a link to as a Spotify link to go and listen to the owner's music, and the band is called Brahma Intervention, and massive thanks to the owner. So I appreciate it massively, really really do, and yeah, that was cool, and I'm so tempted to steal it and run off into the sunset. Couldn't though, because it weighed more than me. Honestly, the weight of that thing was actually outrageous. It was so heavy. But what I still can't get past is the volume. Like, I didn't have the thing very, on the dial, technically very loud, but good. Like I say, my hearing is gone, is shot. Because, it was so loud and it was very ear-piercing. And again, it really reminded me of an AC30. Having been lucky enough to pay for a lot of old AC30s, they do the same thing. They have this cut and this directness to the sound that is really quite brutal, I would suppose the word would be sometimes, like when they're wound up. The treble booster changed that amp completely. You heard, you can hear when there's no treble booster, the amp sounds a little bit flat, a little bit, a bit characterless, but as soon as you click on the treble booster, that thing came alive, and Rory never plugged into an amp without a treble booster, whether it be, AC30 to Stramp or Marshall or Ampeg or Mesa Boogie or whatever amp he had. He very, very, very rarely plugged into an amp straight in and got his sound. There was always a treble booster there or a boost of some kind because, like I say, he used a couple of other boosts. My favourite booster of Rory's is actually not the treble booster; it's the Boss. I think it was like the Line Driver or something like that. It's this huge pedal. It's like a C1 size pedal, and it's like an overdrive kind of. It pushes the amp into distortion. It's got a graphic EQ on it. Fantastic sounding pedal. I love the sound of that. There's a gig at the Rock Palast in 1977, 76, somewhere around there, in Lorelei in Germany, and he's got it there. He's got it on his AC30, and when he first comes out on stage, it's not on, and he plays a little bit and he goes back and he turns it on. You hear it the amp just comes alive, and that's exactly what happened today. The amp was kind of like meh, and then you kick treble booster on, it's like hi, and it just becomes amazing. And it makes the guitar super sensitive on the volume control. You can get so much more out of the guitar with a treble booster. You really can. In all honesty, I think I would recommend a treble booster over a treble bleed mod. Because it kind of does the same thing. In my experience, it's kind of really strange how treble boosters. I don't know. It's weird. It's not the same thing, but it's kind of the same thing. You know what I mean? You can take it if you set your amp up quite dark, shove a treble booster on it. It brightens it and it brings it to live in a really really special way. Whereas where you ride in your volume control gives you so much spectrum of sound, it's insane. Much in the same way a treble bleed mod on your volume pot does. It gives you that ability to ride the volume control more without losing that kind of that high end. Personally, I don't like treble bleeds. I'm actually getting one installed at this point in time, funnily enough though, on my Saxon Les Paul, because that doesn't clean up at all. That's a guitar that I think needs it. It's the only guitar I've ever come across that I feel actually needs it, but I don't actually like it. I try and steer away from it as much as possible because I actually like the high-end roll-off you get, especially with single coils, where you turn the volume down. I don't like when things are glassy all the way through, but I say that Saxon Les Paul, I think, will benefit from it. Anyway, That aside, I'm waffling now, and I don't know why I'm talking. But yeah, people of the Tube. What can I say? I don't think there is words. It was mind-blowing. Again, massive thanks to the owner and massive thanks to Rowan. Keld as well. Links to Rowan as well in the description box below. Mind blown. Yeah. Never thought that would happen. Never thought I'd get to play through one of Rory Gallagher's amps. To be honest with you, Pikachu, I think at the end of the day as well, I have to thank you lot for this as well. Because without your support over the years, I wouldn't have played John Frusciante's guitars, Jimi Hendrix's guitars, Paul Kossoff's guitar, Rory Gallagher's amps. Without you lot, holding me up, none of this would have happened. Nothing. In this last 11 years that I've been doing this YouTube thing, none of this would have happened without you lot being behind it. And I'm very honoured by that. And it's I don't know. It just gets me a bit emotionally charged, if you will. But yeah, so to be able to play, to play my heroes' amps and guitars is just like mind blowing. It really is. And again, it's things. It's dreams. Dreams I had that would never come true are coming true, and it's all because of you lot. Because you can't do anything in life on your own. You can't. It's impossible. And you need support of other people. You can't do anything without support of other people. And you've got to be humble in that to know that you only get somewhere by other people helping you along. No one's in any position to say they did it all themselves because no one has ever done that. I don't believe. I don't think it's possible. You have to have somebody that gave you motivation to do it in the first place, or somebody who helped you along that road. No one does anything themselves as much as they like to think they do. It doesn't work that way. People help other people, and you lot have helped me fulfill things that I just thought were dreams. It's the same with Red Giant. Red Giant's going on tour next year. I've dreamt for decades, and I mean decades, just over 2 decades, of going on tour. It's took me 2 decades to realise that, and it occurred to me massively that it's your support for not only me but for Red Giant, for what we do with that band, that is propelling it. Me and John Joe can play our instruments all day long and write music all day long, but if you're not there behind it, it doesn't make any difference. Same with this channel. I can make videos all day long, but if you're not there behind it to help propel it, it's not going anywhere. You are the life of this channel and of Red Giant. It's as simple as that. And we would not be able to do anything without you. We would be nothing without you, and this channel would be nothing without you. And things that I've achieved, I couldn't have achieved without you. Today's got me in a really reflective mood, because it is one of those really humbling, crazy days where you just I got to play on one of my heroes' guitar amps today that he had especially built for him. Because that's another thing. Rory had that red amp built for him, like I said earlier on, so he could just throw it in the back of the car. Smaller than AC30, more portable. It weighed a ton, but you know what I mean. And that's only happened because of your support and the ability of you lot holding me up, and I am beyond grateful for that. Same with people who are backing Red Giant and bought the album, bought t-shirts, bought merch and stuff like that, and come to our gigs. I get angry at myself because I can't express how much it means to me in words. I can't do it. I can't even do it with a guitar. It drives me balmy how I desperately want to get it through to people how important you all are to me and to what I'm doing, that words just fail, and today is just one of those moments where I'm like, I can't, there's no words. There isn't words to describe what happened today. Enough. You know what I mean? It's not enough. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on the amp, people of the tube, in the comment section below. And yeah, mind blown. Ears are blown as well. Definitely blown. That was loud. But I forgot to pack earplugs, and that's my own stupid fault. But you know what? If you're going to get deafened by an amp, might as well be one of your heroes. And, needs to play it loud anyway. Rory needed to hear it. So, and I'll just apologise, Rory, for my playing. It was bad. But I did what I could. Anyway, thank you very much indeed for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as usual. And yeah, I'll see you again very soon. And if you like this channel, please consider becoming a patron at Patreon. Links to that in the description box below. Again, that's another thing that keeps this channel going because, YouTube certainly won't. It gives me the ability to actually keep doing this. Whereas if it was just solely reliant on YouTube, then I wouldn't be able to do it. Again, nothing without you. So, yeah. Thank you very much indeed. I'll see you again. Have a great morning, afternoon, good evening, and goodbye now. This is going to take some processing, people. See you again. Goodbye.